Boom, baby, boom! Rise and shine your light into this world. Oh my God, that feels good. I moved the bike out of the way to get in position because summer solstice is coming up and the sun shifts. I don't know if you pay attention to the way your shine looks, but this is the morning marijuana motivation time. I am your hostess with the Moses Marquis Saint, and every morning I get up to be blessed, to be alive, to talk about our blessings and not our stressings, to talk about the tale of two different worlds. There's the world of people that believe in stress and money, and that by tweaking their soul they can get ahead. And I'm on the other side with by living my life and being kind and doing the right things and to people and to myself, that I will reap the benefits of an awesome life. And that's the tale of the two cities. The city rat and the house mouse all have a different perspective. It's really hard to see other people's perspectives, and we normally don't want to see into other people's lives. And that's why I had to have a conversation with this morning. Was like, I believe that empathy to be the sixth skill of human beings, right? Like we have five senses, that would be the sixth sense that we develop through evolution. That all of a sudden, after all the human species, you could break your leg right next to me, your femur in half, the extreme amount of pain you would go through, but I would not feel a single inkling of it. But empathy allows us to feel other people. And how amazing is that, to be able to touch another human being, and not in a sexual way, but in a connection way. And that's something that I felt was lacking between the two worlds. Was there are people that aren't connected? They're playing popularity. They feel as long as people envy them, or that the enviousness is respect, and that if as long as we can have covetousness and make someone jealous, that we're winning. And I thought, wow, the only winning I need to do is winning inside myself, right? Inside my mind, right? This is the competition, that I create my moods, that I choose my mood, and I choose better habits. And that's what Saints Addiction is all about, is by having accountability and having discipline and making myself aware of my habits, that I could curve my outcomes, that I could tweak a little bit of the positivity that's coming out to my life. And there was like again the argument with the girl leaving and crying, where she felt that I should be seeing a psychologist to be able to give this advice. Now, not only have I had to see psychologists since I was a child, since my parents got divorced and my father was an alcoholic and my mom was bipolar, and I've seen it all my life and have taken medication and made it past that stage. I've actually made the pass to the stage of taking the Zolofts and taking the Prozacs and taking the what was the other one we were talking about the other? Lithiums. Is it lithium? Was it lithium? Isn't that just the stuff that's in the batteries? Anyway, stuff that was external from me that made me feel external from me. How weird is that? And I speak of this stuff, about Saints depression, Saints addiction, all these things openly, because a lot of people want to shame the mental health experience. They want to shame the imbalance that everyone has. And there's a lot of people that want to say they're all put together, but usually they're deeply involved in their habits and they don't even know what their addictions are. So to tell the truth about myself and other people's sobriety, and even my Cali sobriety, and what it means to me to be mentally healthy. And there's not a lot of people that want to talk about mental health, and it's probably the most important game going. I don't want to say the most, but if we don't get our minds right and our souls right, we're never going to get our environment right, we're never going to get our relationships right. It's always going to be at a skew, and that's something that I'm trying to change. So it's a life goal of mine, right? To end world poverty, to end world racism, and to also end mental health issues, right? Like, we can find the science to get to this level where we know better. That's right. And that we accept mental disorders. And unlike the other last two centuries, where we again punished the the mentally ill, and expected them to rapidly recover after we put them series of electroshock therapies and made them even worse than what they originally started with. There's so much of that going on that makes me sad inside, that we still, even in the 21st century, don't know as much as we should. We don't know as much as we should with psilocybins and even ketamine, and people using their own way to self-medicate themselves and to get them out of their own depressions and get them out of their own heads. So we're all on this planet trying to survive, and it's only a try because some people are surviving and some people are thriving. And I want people, all the people, to thrive. I want everyone to be able to eat well, right? If you got good food, good friends, good music, good sex, and good weed, which we're about to bless up with the billionaire hemp wraps this morning, where there would be no wars. There would be no wars. Who would you fight after you got laid? Who would you fight after you fucking just had a badass makeout session and touching and petting and caressing? No fucking way, bro. There's no way you'd be that angry. But a lot of people, are angry because they aren't getting adequate amount of water. They're not getting adequate amount of food. And here we are sitting on top of our high health with my air conditioning on and this big ass apartment and all the things that I want. I can go travel to the middle of the deserts and do the things that I want. It doesn't escape me. I don't just sit on my high horse. Well, I earned it. I went to college, graduated college homeless. No, I'm sitting there going, this is a blessing. Not everyone gets a chance to get after their dreams. Not everyone gets a chance to live the life of their dreams. And I know I'm pinching myself, and I want other people to live on that life and be so blessed that they give back to other people. That's exactly what Saintsgiving is. It's that ability to give back to people after the things have been taken. So your boy Saint's on the case. I don't miss a beat, and I want everybody else to reach inside themselves and ask themselves, where's my empathy? Where is my ability to go beyond myself? Am I still stuck in selfishness? Am I still stuck on some sort of fear level that I'm not taking care of? Let me tell you how I talk to myself. 1, I am safe. It immediately brings down my anxiety level. 2, I am loved. Somebody's out there looking for me. It's not just me on this planet by myself. Someone out there loves me and cares about my well-being. And 3, everything's going to be okay. Do you know how many people need that in their lives? Just a hey baby, everything's going to be okay. A pat on the back, a little, it's going to be okay. And we need to do that with ourselves because we keep telling ourselves all the quick anxiety, all the foods we eat trigger anxiety, some of the way people talk trigger anxiety, our lack of freedoms when we're driving our cars and stuff, another trigger for anxiety. There's so much out there that's trying to steal our happiness. So I was like, this is a tale of two cities. The people that believe in themselves and believe in happiness and getting it from minutia, from little things, from just the simplest things, are the people that are trying to stunt and live in fear and shortage and because they didn't have it as a kid, now they got to flaunt it as an adult and pretend that there's something that they're not. The only thing I want to be is happy. Okay, like that's my rich. Rich is realizing I create happiness. It's an acronym, but most people think rich is having limitless fun so they can keep doing what they want, and that's going to make them happy. Isn't even a child? Even a child can get bored of their birthday cake. Even a child can get too much of something. For anyone is too much. Yet, yes, of course, we'd all love to travel the world, but wouldn't you much rather prefer to travel the world with someone you love? Isn't it better to just even go down the street for an ice cream with someone you love rather than trying to travel the world if it's someone that you dislike? So that's the point. It's like we try to buy things and buy these experiences as if they're going to come save our mentality. And the truth is we need to save ourselves. By the time I arrived to most of my world journeys, I was already still kind of lost in my own world. So therefore, I didn't really get to enjoy the process. And I started to not regret it. That's the wrong word. I started to kind of get mad at the process, right? I was like mad that it was so hard, and even though it was meant for me and everybody's journey is meant for themselves, I was kind of snobby towards the end of the process, like, oh, I made it and you didn't, so therefore blah blah blah. Oh shit, we're coming up to the 10-minute mark. You're gonna smoke with me, we can keep talking. But that's what I'm saying. It's one of those things that I just wanted everybody to reach inside themselves and say, what really makes me happy? And I wrote that list down. There's videos way back, and I got it all down there. But when I literally wrote down that list, it amazed me how much of the things were actually free, like going for a walk and doing art and doing photography and all this other stuff. The stuff that really truly made me happy had no bearing on the amount of cost it had, you know. And again, there's going to be people that are going to feel like they have to struggle their way to get to a certain point. They're like, oh, I can't wait to go to Cancun, so let me struggle 2 weeks at work and save and not eat what I want, eat only ramen, pay all these bills, and therefore I live a life of just consumerism, and then I got to do the bills, pay the bills, so I can do that one thing that makes me happy, but I only get to do it for 2 days. I got to jump back on the plane and get back to the same. And I was like, this isn't a very healthy lifestyle. It's not very rooted in nature and love. It's just more rooted in numbers and in consuming. And you know what? The number didn't work out for me. I didn't have enough playtime. And that kind of bugged me, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I spent 2 weeks to earn this, but you only gave me 2 days. How's that any better? And there's people that are just like, fuck it, grind it some more, you know? And I was one of those people that was like, fuck it, grind it some more. And I really realized that grinding was only grinding me down. You know, I wasn't grinding down the bills because they keep showing up every month, and the number really didn't make me any happy. It was the time that was making me happy. So really, we're in a competition for our time, and that's the tale of two cities right there. It's the people that enjoy their time, the little country mouse that's always enjoying the nature and being out in it, getting their hands wet and dirty, or the city mouse that has the flashy clothes, makes all the money, and yet doesn't have any freedom. So that's what I ask you: what's your freedom worth? You know, it's the biggest question of our lives. What is your freedom worth? Is it worth you getting it from the earth and putting your elbow grease into it and becoming a farmer and getting it naturally like some of the hippies did in the 60s and 70s? Or is it the corporate slave that does whatever it is to sell their soul so they can get more things, so they can be above people? You know, and that's what I saw this morning, was like there's that tale of two cities of people that want to be popular and above people and have all the flashy things and pose in front of their cars and action like that. Or there's the folks that act really real and are willing to share the wealth. How about that? Share the wealth, share the experience, share the knowledge, and get other people on their level. You already know what side I chose. You already know what I do in my life, on my daily, but it's up to you, right? So whoever's watching it, it's not me, it's you. I do this show to reach, preach, and teach to people. I do this because it made my life in alignment. It made my life worth living, and I want everybody to love their lives. So to be a healthy, loving, healing individual, it will behoove you to make sure you know what side of the fence you're on, and what kind of style of life you're living, and then to be able to bend it like Beckham and make it to a beneficiary for everybody, yourself, your health, and the environment. So it's your morning marijuana motivation time. I'm your host with the mostest, Marky Saint. Every morning I get up and I blaze one for the nation. I've been able to just get my mind right with you guys in the morning and talk about world events and life and other subjects, and I love it. I love my life. I share it freely. It's such a blessing to be able to, wake up to business deals, and everybody else is waking up to stress, and I'm waking up to opportunity, and I'm blessed over stress. So that's a shirt. So if you want to get blessed over stress shirt, that's Saints Anarchy. We'll make sure to get it to the website. Can I put websites here? I don't remember if I do that way. And then my old videos here, and that way we can all, with our powers combined, become better people. Gonna take you higher. And take ourselves higher and do better by ourselves and our environment and each other. We make each other better humans, and that's exactly what Saints Brand's all about. I'm so excited this morning. I got approved already for Saints Brand to walk sourcing at Magic. I want to watch the showroom floor. I'm looking for linens and hemp so I can make my blanks for the Saints Brand clothing, and taking it back to the Jesus times where real breathing linens and organic fibers, so they take away from your antifungal. They're very cool for breathing, especially out in this hot desert heat. And it's also the Jesus piece, Back in the day, how did we keep our balls cold? You know what I'm saying? How did we keep our breasts from sweating? It was linens, and it was hemp, and it was soft to our skin, and it was easier than cotton is to the environment and the sharecropping and the slavery and even the subsidies that are the GMOs and the fucked up part that they do to cotton, to the soil. I learned about all this stuff, so I'm grateful that I get to get my education, share it with you guys. Keep telling your friends, like, share, and subscribe, because I will go live again. I go live from all the conventions, so that's super sick, and I show off all my favorite people and interview them. And yeah, I made my own channel. Hey-o, you know what I'm saying? So peace and love to everybody out there. Thank you for watching. Get back to your life. Turn this thing off. Go do something. Turn yourself on. And like as always, Chigathon. That means goodbye, but not forever. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you share, subscribe with all your friends, and tell them about the show and tell them about the conventions and all the awesome stuff that's in Vegas. I love showing it off. Peace. I'll see you on the other side. Ciao.